Good evening and welcome to day 2 of the Personal Development Challenge. See, don't worry about this darkness, the darkness on this camera, the darkness in this video. Just listen to the sound of my voice and let's get this done with. So, for day 2, we'll be considering section 2 of the. We'll be considering section 2 of the Personal Development Guide, and it's basically your personal code. See, this is very simple. This is just reflecting on your core values. It's as simple as that. So I have 18 questions to help us reflect on our core values. Reflecting on core values is really important because, you know, as we evolve, our personal values, our core values actually evolve with us. So it's always evolving and it's dynamic. So we need to always think about it. I think the most important thing is for us to be aware of who we are and what our core values are. In fact, there's no way you truly say, "Oh, I'm aware, I'm self-aware, I understand myself, I know myself," if you do not know what your core values are. And sometimes it's not just by saying, "Oh, my core values are integrity, compassion, empathy." Are you really empathetic? Hmm? Or are you really compassionate? Oh, my core values are integrity. Are you a person of integrity? Are you? Anyways, let's reflect. Don't mind me, please. So, the first question says, what do you consider your overall guiding principles? I gave some examples here, just integrity, empathy. Just write as many as you can, as you can think of. Doesn't necessarily have to be some straight jacketed thing that you've written somewhere you want to come and re-download them. This is a time to reflect, a time to think about them. So as many as you can think of, just write them. The second one says, what specific qualities do you admire in others? There are some things we have, some qualities that we have that we see in other people, and by that we then love those things in those people. See, my laptop actually gave me light on my face. So why have been not get this idea since? Sorry, please. um, so there are some things that we have, some qualities that we have, and because we see these qualities in other people, then we admire these people. I love this person. I love this. And sometimes, or many times, oftentimes, there are qualities that we actually do not have, and then we see it. We see them in other people, and by that we admire this people and say, oh man, if you do this thing, but I really appreciate this thing. I cannot do it, but I appreciate this quality. So write them down both ways. The ones you admire, the ones you have, the ones you don't have, or you admire in other people. Write both. Write all of them. Number 3 says, write down 10 sentences beginning with I. So it could be I know, I believe, I accept. These are belief systems. These are statements that would help you, think through your belief system, reflect on your belief system. So I have examples here such as I know stealing is bad. I am not a liar. I believe to give is better than to receive. I am aware that murder is wrong. I accept that love is good. Just keep writing things like that. Number 4 says, how many enabling or limiting beliefs did you capture in number 3 above? Enabling is basically the positive things, and mostly we are looking forward to you writing more positive statements, right? Because we want it to be enabling, we want positive things about yourself. But at this point, you should actually note if you actually have negative statements about yourself, if you have limiting, what do you call it now? Limiting beliefs. Number 5 says, what activities or pursuits bring you a sense of fulfillment and purpose? What do you do that brings you a sense of fulfillment? Community service, all those times go and clean gutter, all those environmental sustainability activities, or is it justice, gender equality thingy? Is it even creative projects like painting or writing? What are the things that you do? What activities or pursuits actually bring you a sense of purpose and fulfillment? I don't know why my mic is running away from my mouth, though, but I hope you guys can hear me. Number 6 says, what are your current priorities in various aspects of your life, such as relationships, career, personal development, community involvement, etc. So, in your career, for instance, let's take it that way. What are you prioritizing in your career? Is it job advancement? Or I just basically want to make more money, or I want to root myself. I want to be more rooted in my current position. Or do you want an upward review? I want to, be promoted to the next level. What are your priorities right now? What are you currently prioritizing? Then in your relationships too, it could be friendship, family relationship, or even romantic relationship. What are you currently prioritizing? Are you looking at strengthening the bond that you share with your family, with your romantic partner, or with your friends? What are you currently prioritizing? It's time for you to reflect on those. Number 7 says, how do your guiding principles and beliefs in number 1 and 3 above align with your daily decision making? So if you say you're a person of integrity, oh, I'm a person of integrity, how how does it how does it how do you ensure that you are a person of integrity in your decision making every day? So just answer that. Oh, maybe before you make decision, you actually you think deeply about it. I think that's one way anyways. Like, before you do something, you don't just do it absent minded, right? You don't just jump into things. You don't just do things on reflex. I think that's the idea. You get to think about it. Will I be proud of this thing when it's done? Is this who I am? Can I be associated with this thing? If the world is watching me on television, will I be able to do this thing? Will I go ahead and do it? Those are the kind of things we should think about. Number 8 says, can you identify a person or role model whose qualities you admire? So there are two questions in number 8. Who can you identify somebody whose qualities you admire? If I say, okay, I admire Oprah Winfrey, so that's one. What specific traits stand out to you? I feel like she's a woman of resilience because, I mean, from her story, a lot of people cannot get up from what she's been through. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Let me just. But she got up and then she even made something out of her life. So I think she's a woman of resilience. And I think she's committed to whatever she's doing. Oh gosh, I really love her. Then finally, I think she is someone with regards for social impact, with someone, you know, with dedication. She's dedicated to social impact. So those are the things I love about her. Number, well, with 9 says, when considering causes or issues, which one do you find yourself most passionate about? Community service, um, creative projects, environmental sustainability. I'm mostly saying what I do, but I mean, you should think about things that actually resonate with you, the ones that you're passionate about. And why? Why? Is it because it goes in line with your purpose? Or do you just find yourself doing it or something you have skill about? Just there should be a why to it, basically. So you have to answer that. Number 10 says, are there specific experiences that have significantly influenced your values and beliefs? What are they and how did they shape you? So talk about those experiences. Is it travel experience? Sometimes, we have certain beliefs, but then because we have moved, we've gained so much exposure that, our perspective about certain things have changed. So over time, they have changed. So, our travel experiences have really influenced our lives positively, and it has changed them. It could also be relationships. Oh, I got married. Since I got married, my husband's values rubbed off on me, and now I'm a better person. I'm a changed person. These kind of things can influence you. This could also be, I mean, relationships. If you're not married, romantic relationship, or even normal friendship could also also rub off on you. And then, these are things you should actually think about. Or it could be a place of work. I mean, there are lots of them and I don't want to bore you. So, yes, just deeply think about them and highlight them. Number 10 says, okay, I just finished number 10. Number 11 says, do you notice any conflicts or tensions between different values that you hold? How do you navigate these conflicts? Because this can be an opportunity for you to refine your values, reorganize them, because there are actually certain values that will be necessary in certain situations. There are some you have to just bring on board. There are tools, for you to apply to certain situations. You don't have to use all of your values in a situation, in all situations. So this question is basically asking you, have you noticed any conflicts, any tensions between one conflict or the other? Oh, I am someone who is one conflict between one value or another. I hope that was what I said. Anyways, so you're someone who is very compassionate. Do you have another value that actually contradicts, that makes you feel like, oh, I don't care? Because there's a certain situation where you actually need to be compassionate. So you bring in your value of, "Oh, I'm very compassionate. I'm very compassionate. So let's do this. Let's help the needy. Let's listen more. Let's do this. Let's do that." I hope you guys can hear me, Sha, because me, I am not understanding this microphone. I think it's my scarf, anyways. It's slippery. And there are times where you're in a situation where you know what, you just have to be stern. So you have this mindset of, okay, you know what, enough of this. I cannot be pushed beyond this. Because one thing about people who are very compassionate is that people can easily climb on them because they know you are compassionate. So they'll come and do crocodile tears, and then they'll manipulate you. They'll manipulate you, you know. So while you're compassionate, sometimes you feel like because because you don't want people to manipulate you, you'll now be stern. Sometimes to be coming off as being mean, as someone who is not compassionate. So, and then you have to evaluate these things. At what point do you need to use this? At what point do you need to use this? Or are they just really conflicting? Is there tension and it's affecting even the good part? So these are the things you need to really think about. 12 says, how do cultural influences impact your values and beliefs? Are there values you identify as culturally rooted? Of course, there are lots of values I personally identify as culturally rooted, especially saying respect for elders. It's deeply rooted in my Yoruba culture, deeply, deeply rooted. I love to respect my elders. And I want younger folks to respect me. Yes, anyone who is close to me would know that. So it's something that is deeply rooted in my Yoruba culture. And of course, when we talk about culture, it doesn't mean your immediate background. I'm a Yoruba person. In fact, I'm Igbo, by tribe. I'm from Lagos, Badagry. So it doesn't have to be deeply rooted in your immediate background. It could be where because sometimes your culture can change, you can take up new cultures. Like I'm Yoruba, I'm Igbo, and now I'm in the north, so I'm northern. So even though I have this Igbo culture, I have my culture deeply rooted in Igbo and Yoruba, actually, because I'm Igbo and Yoruba. Yeah. There are things that I've now picked up in the north, like covering most part of my body, not exposing my body that much. It's something that I picked up in the north. You understand? So that's one thing you may want to think about. What cultural influences have impacted you? Sometimes even sense of community. I think it's a Nigerian African thing, to have this Ubuntu. I am because you are. Then number 13 says, how has your family upbringing contributed to the values you hold today? Of course, we belong to different families and we have different upbringing. So enough of me telling you about me, anyways. But I mean, there are different. We have like maybe values of hard work, values of integrity, values of work for whatever you have to, you have to get. So earn what you have, you get. So there are different families who give you different upbringing. Um, 14 says, can you rank the values and beliefs you've identified so far in terms of importance to you? So how important are these? Maybe integrity first, compassion next, accountability, just rank them. And then also rank your beliefs as well. The I am statements, or the I accept, the I do, the I know statements, which are your belief system. Excuse me. Number 15 says, do you feel that your current actions and decisions align with the values you've listed? If there are inconsistencies, consider why they exist and how you might bring your actions into greater harmony with your values. I think that is self explanatory. Number 16 says, do you have any values or beliefs that have changed or evolved over time? What prompted these changes? Of course, like I said, this is dynamic. We change. We as humans, we evolve, we change. So will our, our beliefs and our values. Number 17 says, when facing a challenging decision, what values and beliefs do you rely on to guide you? Just take a deep breath, think about it, and respond accordingly. Number 18, the final question says, have there been instances where your values were tested? And if so, how did you respond? Now, think about a situation where you had to do A or B. And of course, like I said earlier, we should stop acting on impulses. You should really think about something. So at this time, think about some time that you actually did something and then you probably thought about it or not. I don't know. I'm not there. I wasn't there. So, but think about it. At the end of the day, you're in a situation where you needed to go right or left. How did you handle it? Something against your values. Oh, in this office, I'm supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to. Usually, I'm not supposed. Things like that. Just analyze it and be truthful to yourself. Did you pass that test? Did your value actually stand a chance? Just think deeply about it, really. And this is something you're answering for yourself. You're not sending it to me. You're not giving anybody. So be truthful to yourself and answer that. And Think about it. What could you have done better? How could you, have gone around it, better? The action required after this is to make a final list of your values and beliefs. Now, all the ones you said, oh, okay, some have changed, and now you've accepted even some more. So just think deeply about it and make a final list. The ones that you're now saying going forward, these are my values. And then you're pledging that you stay true to these values. So it's not just about making out about these values. It's not just about making a list of these values. It's about staying true to these values. You hear? Then the final part is writing a personal mission statement. So this is a concise and impactful summary of an individual's core values and your guiding principles with the overarching purpose. Um, I have provided a sample here and I'll just quickly run through it. So as you can see, there are some parts in brackets here to replace them with some of the things that are personal to you based on, I think this is a combination of your beliefs, your core values, and your purpose. So I'll take the paragraph one and the last paragraph, just as an example. I'm sure you'll be able to run through with this. It's quite self-explanatory. So the first paragraph says, I am committed to, brackets, living a purposeful and fulfilling life. Is that what you're committed to? You don't even have to start with I am committed to. It could be I want to, I am dedicated to, So this one says, I am committed to living a purposeful and fulfilling life by embracing continuous growth, cultivating meaningful relationships. So this I am committed sounds like a belief system, it's a belief system I am committed to. So you can replace it with yours. And it says, on the world around me, my mission is to pursue excellence in all aspects of my life. Is this what you want to do? Is this what you want to do with your life, really? Recognizing that success is a journey, not a destination. So this is connected with the pursuit of excellence from the previous bracket. I value authenticity, resilience, and kindness. These are core values. Are these your core values? Fine. If not, replace them with yours. And I strive to bring these qualities to every interaction. Okay, sorry, I said I was going to use first and last, but let me just go with the second one. I am dedicated to, now it's almost like a belief system again. I am dedicated to, a commitment, a belief system. So lifelong learning, seeking knowledge and wisdom, is this something you're dedicated to? If yes, then leave it. If not, please replace them. To expand my understanding of the word and contribute to its betterment. I prioritize my well-being. Do you prioritize your well-being? Whatever you prioritize, please put it in the bracket. Understanding that a healthy mind, body, and spirit are essential for sustained success. Now, if you take a look at it, a healthy mind, body, and spirit is connected to well-being. It's like the components of well-being. So because you prioritize well-being, then you understand that a healthy mind, body, and spirit are essential for sustained success. So it means if you are replacing well-being, you have to replace these two. So these have to be like components of whatever you are replacing well-being with. I aim to create a supportive and inclusive environment where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. So just keep replacing as you deem fit. So let me just go through everything. As I navigate the inevitable challenges and opportunities that life presents, I remain open minded and adaptable. So you can replace with what you want. I embrace change as a catalyst for personal growth and view setbacks as valuable lessons that propel me forward. I love that. You view setbacks as valuable lessons, learning from failure. So you don't have to be scared anyway. So if you fail, it means it's a lesson to make you better next time when you try it, right? In all that I do, I am guided by, in brackets, a sense of purpose and a commitment to, in brackets, leaving a positive legacy. So at the end of the day, I mean, you can easily just walk around this. You can change as many things as possible. This is just a draft, this is a sample. And I want you to know that this is a living document. It's dynamic, it's evolving. As you're changing, things will change because, it's a combination of your purpose, your belief system, and your core values. So if you evolve and these things change, then your mission statement will change. So as you've written this year, next year you can review it and it will still be the same thing, or it would have changed. Some things there would have changed and it's totally okay. So the action required here is for you to share these reflection, this mission statement that you've written with a trusted friend or a family member or a mentor, and discuss with them. You know, Somehow they can provide even additional insight. I do hope that you enjoyed today's session as much as you enjoyed yesterday. I'm hoping you actually enjoyed yesterday. All right, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for taking out time to actually create your personal code today, to reflect actually on your personal code. Drop all your comments in the section below, the comment section below, because we want every other person also to learn from whatever we are doing here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. So till tomorrow, be good.